You found the Iron Rebel, a military sci-fi saga of war, exile, and political deception. If that sounds like your kind of story, hit subscribe and give this video a like. It helps the story reach new rebels like you. Let's dive in. Introduction: the war for survival. For over a decade, the Valoran Confederation had been locked in a war of survival against the Zarath Collective, a faction of humans whose relentless advance threatened to consume the galaxy. The Zarath had developed a hive mind intelligence within their warships, an advanced AI network that gave them unparalleled adaptability on the battlefield. Their ships, though not organic, were integrated with self-repairing technology and could evolve new forms of attack and defense in response to enemy strategies. The Confederation, a coalition of human-inhabited systems, was ill-prepared for such an enemy. What began as border skirmishes soon escalated into a full-scale galactic conflict. The war's origins lay in the uncharted void beyond Confederation space, where the Zarath emerged seemingly out of nowhere. Once part of humanity, the Zarath had vanished from Confederation space nearly a millennium ago. At first, they were believed to be explorers, but their intentions became clear with a devastating surprise attack on the border planet Kaloris IV. The Zarath descended upon the planet in waves, overwhelming its defenses and massacring its population in a matter of days. News of the attack sent shockwaves through the Confederation, forcing its fractured leadership to set aside internal disputes and unite under a single military command. The early years of the war were marked by defeat and desperation. The Zarath's superior technology, bolstered by their hive mind AI coordination, allowed their fleets to regenerate damage and execute strategies with inhuman precision. Entire star systems fell to the invaders, their worlds stripped of resources and their inhabitants either enslaved or eradicated. The outer colonies, once the pride of the Confederation, became desolate battlegrounds. Refugees flooded into the core worlds, straining resources and sowing unrest among the population. Despite the overwhelming odds, the Confederation's resilience began to shine. The war spurred unprecedented advancements in technology, most notably the development of the Nova Lances, experimental weapons capable of destabilizing planetary shields and vaporizing enemy fleets. These weapons, while controversial, gave the Confederation a fighting chance. Key alliances were forged with independent systems, bolstering the fleet with fresh manpower and resources. At the center of the Confederation's efforts was General Marcius Kane, a rising star in the military whose tactical brilliance turned the tide in several critical battles. Kane was a soldier's leader, relentless, calculating, and utterly devoted to the war effort. His victories earned him the loyalty of his troops and the grudging respect of his political superiors. However, his reputation for ruthlessness and his disdain for bureaucracy made him a divisive figure. To his supporters, he was a hero. To his detractors, he was a symbol of militaristic overreach. As the war dragged on, it became clear that the Zarath would not be deterred by conventional means. The hive mind's singular goal was domination, and peace was an impossibility. With entire planets at stake, the Confederation's leadership authorized a final, desperate assault on the Zarathian homeworld, Zarath Prime. The objective was simple yet harrowing: total annihilation of the Zarath Collective to ensure the survival of humanity. This mission would test the limits of the Confederation's resolve and forever change the course of its history. This chapter of the Iron Rebel comes to a close, but the war is far from over. If the story spoke to you, leave a like. It fuels the rebellion. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. New episodes drop every week. Until next time, stay sharp, stay defiant.